Thanks.
Questions for Gordon?
Could you just talk about your level of excitement?
Level of excitement?
This whole situation.
Yeah, I'm just excited that it's finally here. I mean, it's been such a whirlwind summer, one with a lot of drama and a life-altering decision to go from a place of comfort to move across the country and ask my wife and two little ones to pick up everything and come with me, and just glad that it's finally here.
Do you think you guys have the best backcourt in the league?
I think we have a lot of talent on this roster, and I think that's one of the things that I am excited about more than anything is just the amount of playmakers that we have. We've got experience, we've got youth, we've got a lot of things going right for us, but we haven't even played together on the court at the same time. So there's definitely a lot of things that a lot of work to be done, I should say.
What do you see as the biggest kind of obstacle that you guys kind of get to know one another and how you guys on the court?
The biggest obstacle. I mean, I think just kind of some challenges are going to be trying to learn, what are all of our strengths, where do we like to have the ball, where certain players are going to be without having to, think about it. I think that's what happens when you get a team that gels together. Instinctively, you just start doing things without thinking about it because the other person's going to be there. And so those are things that I think just take time, just take being around each other on the court, playing, just experience in the games.
Gordon, in your mind, what's going to be the difference from, let's say, potentially playing alongside a guy like Isaiah to now having Kyrie as the point guard? What differences might there be?
Well, you're talking about two superstar players, two incredibly offensively talented players. Would have been amazing to get the chance to play with IT. He brings his ability to get to places that other players can't with his explosiveness, to create not only for himself but for others. I was looking forward to that, and that was something that was enticing and exciting about the Boston Celtics. On the other hand, I get a chance to play with another superstar in Kyrie Irving, somebody that has proven to be able to create shots for himself. He's a playmaker, though, first. That's what he likes to do first. The experience he has of going to 3 straight finals appearances, that's something you can't teach, something I have never been a part of, something I'm excited to learn from. And so for both of those players, I mean, like I said, they're both just extremely good players. So I don't know if there's obviously differences. I didn't get a chance to play with either of them, so I can't necessarily say, but I just know that how good both those players are.
Gordon, Al Horford mentioned your defense, made it a point to tell people that you're better defensively than a lot of people think you are. Do you think people overlook that part of your game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really focus too much on what other people say about my game. So if they overlook it, they overlook it. I know I need to be a better defender, and a lot of that's just a focus and mindset type of thing. And I know that defensively we're gonna need to be really good if we want to be successful, especially early. I've always been taught, no matter how the offensive game's been going, you should still be in games as long as your defense is up to where it needs to be. And with all the new guys that we have, offensively we might not be clicking right away at first, but our defense should still be there. So that'll be a huge emphasis for us.
Gordon, you talked a little bit about how you were interested in playing with Isaiah and his recruitment of you, but what about Al Horford? He was part of the recruitment process. What intrigued you about playing with him, and was he part of the reason why you decided to play with him?
Yeah, Al was another huge piece, and Al was a guy that I called a couple times too, going through the process. He was somebody that I looked at as in a similar situation to what I was in. Somebody had spent his whole career with another organization and then had a chance to look and change. And so I talked to him about that, talked to him about, just making that leap, making that decision. Talk to him. He's also somebody in a very similar situation to me as far as, young kids and what was it going to be like living in Boston, living with some of the challenges that a big city presents, also, some of the benefits of the big city. And then he was also on the visit, went out to breakfast with him and spent the rest of the day with them. So I was a huge piece, let alone just excited about him as a basketball player, somebody who's going to make the game so much easier for me with the little things that he does, his screens, his passes, knowing when to space the floor, knowing when to roll. He's somebody that is I know, going to make me better, and hopefully I can make him a little bit better as well.
You've been around the city for a little while now. Can you give us some stories or some impressions of the area, what you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm still trying to use Waze for everything, trying to get around. It's the intersections here are a little bit different than what I'm used to. There's 3 or 4 roads going down to 2 or 1, or it's a little crazier here. But that being said, we love where we're at. Met a lot of good people in the town in Wellesley already that have been really helpful and said if you need anything, let us know, or just really neighborly, which is really cool to see, and welcoming us to the city. Went to the North End and ate at Strega, which was really cool, and a nice little restaurant. And so we're just getting into it, and we're excited about it.
How about the fans talking about the upcoming season, the enthusiasm that's there?
Yeah, everywhere I've gone, people have welcomed me to the city and said, I'm so excited to watch you guys play this year. We're so pumped to watch the Celtics. Can't wait to watch the Celtics. And there's definitely a buzz about it, and it's you can tell the enthusiasm that they have for it.
Gordon, how do you feel about being in the spotlight? Obviously here in Boston, it's a totally different situation.
It is different, and it's something that's different for me as a person. I've always been somebody that's kind of flown under the radar since I was in high school. That's just how it's been, and I definitely don't mind it like that. Going into making this decision, we talked about there's going to be more of a spotlight, there's going to be more attention, and I usually just not worry about it and work on trying to make, what can I do to make myself better, what can I do to help out the team, and all that other stuff will take care of itself. So.
Was last year a turning point for you? I mean, you're a good player, but last year the Clippers were certainly competitive and a threat to beat the Warriors. Was last year for you something different, really, your plateau for you?
Yeah, last year was a lot of work put into the rebuilding that we did with Utah. I think I was recognized for the team success that we had. I think that's the biggest reason why I was picked to be an all-star, and it was a fun year for me because I've been on the team that won 20-some games and had 30-point blowouts, and that's a long year. That's such a long season when you have to go through that. So then for us to come together and end up winning, first round in a Game 7 on the road, those are things that I'll remember forever, to go to somebody else's place and win. So that was for sure a great year for me. I don't know if I'd consider it a plateau. I feel like I'm still have a long ways to go to the player that I want to be. And so I just want to keep getting better as a player.
A couple of years ago in Utah, you took on a little bit more of a playmaking role. Do you expect to see more of that type of opportunity here in Boston?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities to be a playmaker here, especially with all the space that we're going to have and the weapons that'll be around, the shooters. And so I'm definitely looking forward to doing that and making plays for others.
You mentioned the spacing. How much does Al Horford, when he plays the 5, really factor into that spacing? Are you able to really adapt around that?
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said he does little things that just his ability to space the court is something that'll make me a better player because I'll have more room to operate and have the ability to kick out to him for shots. Also cuts to the rim because of his passing ability. Playing through him, whether that's on the post or at the top of the key, I know he'll find me when I cut to the rim. So.
Final question for Gordon.
Gordon, can you talk about what Celtics-Cavs games are going to be like now with Kyrie here and IT there? I mean, you're an NBA fan too, so it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I wasn't a part of this little rivalry that we had last year, but I'm definitely looking forward to being a part of it now. And then there was going to be, I think, a rivalry regardless, and then they had this trade, so it amplifies it even more. And it's first game of the year for us too. I mean, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a battle for sure. And I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thanks, guys.